Hey everybody, John Skiba here from the Consumer Warrior YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to share with you how you can be debt-free in 4 months. But if this is your first time here to my YouTube channel, please click subscribe, check on that little bell. That way you'll be notified each and every week when I put out new videos that'll help you deal with your serious debt problem. I know that when you're dealing with serious debt, things that keeping you up at night, stressing you out, it causes problems. They say that finances are the number one reason that divorce and marital struggles happen. So in this video, what I wanted to do is share with you a way to get out of debt quickly, because that's what I see with a lot of people that really struggle with large amounts of credit card debt, medical bills, is there's not really sure how to deal with it without it just stretching on for years and years and years. Well, in this video today, I want to share with you a way to get rid of pretty much all of your credit card debt, medical bills, personal loans. All of that can go away in about 4 months. Now, this may sound too good to be true, and there is a price to be paid for it, but the way to get rid of those debts quickly is through a Chapter 7 bankruptcy filing. Now, I know what you're thinking, I want to go the bankruptcy route, but I want to share with you kind of the timeline of it and why it is something you should consider if you have very significant debt issues. Now, the typical Chapter 7 bankruptcy takes about 4 months, give or take. It can be a little bit longer because there's a couple other parties, the bankruptcy trustee, the clerk of the court, that have to process things. But on average, at least here in Arizona where I practice law, the bankruptcy takes about 4 months from the day that the case is filed until the judge enters the discharge order that says that you're no longer legally obligated to pay these debts. So during that time, there's a lot of paperwork. The Chapter 7 bankruptcy filing is about a 90-page document that's submitted to the court. You're going to be required to meet with a bankruptcy trustee at least one time. It's usually a phone conference with someone like me, a bankruptcy attorney, your bankruptcy trustee, literally like a 5-minute meeting. And then there's some other like online financial management video that they make you watch prior to them entering the discharge order. So all of that happens in about a 4-month window. And it is kind of crazy because you go from, the very beginning of this with sometimes large amounts of medical bills or credit card debt or whatever it is, to 4 months later getting that discharge order, and really the slate is wiped clean at that point. Once you file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, when you go back and look at your credit report after the bankruptcy is over, your credit report will show that all of those debts have been zeroed out. Now, there are a few exceptions to the types of debts that go away. For instance, if you have car loans or a mortgage loan, you are going to be required to continue to pay on those. Most taxes, student loans, they don't go away. But if you're dealing with mostly credit card debt, medical bills, personal loans, those will go away 100% through the bankruptcy process, and you can move on with life. And so, the obvious downside to the Chapter 7 bankruptcy is that it does impact your credit score. It stays on your credit report for 10 years. However, what most people are really surprised to learn is that you can recover from it much more quickly than people think. Chapter 7, most people recover about the 18 to 24 months after the bankruptcy case is filed with the court and then discharged. I'm talking like the VA, FHA, they will loan you a mortgage with normal interest rates right around that 2-year mark. So you can recover from it much more quickly. I don't sugarcoat it. There's obviously consequences to filing a bankruptcy case. But if you're dealing with overwhelming debt, where you're dealing with lawsuits, nonstop collection, it is something you can deal with relatively quickly through the bankruptcy process, and you can bring some structure to it, some order, so that you're not dealing with all these things like lawsuits and wage garnishments and bank levies and all that. The bankruptcy will deal with it, get rid of the debt, and allow you to move on for good. If you're trying to decide if bankruptcy is a good option for you and you live in the state of Arizona, I do free consultations. My contact information is below, where we can go over it in great detail whether it is a good option. A lot of people are surprised when they meet with me. I'll tell them it's not a great option for some people. But for some people, even though I know no one wants to file for bankruptcy, it is something that can bring you a lot of relief, get you out of debt, and can do it in a very rapid time frame. Thanks for watching today. Again, if you're in Arizona, check out my information below. I'd be happy to see how I could help. Thanks.